I wrote my own contracts. I was smart. And they didn't like that I was smart, articulate, and wasn't going to give them no poo nothing. It wasn't going to happen. Wasn't going to happen. Not for no job. Wasn't going down like that.
In 1991, we would see you in New Jack City
Yeah, you would.
as Attorney Hawkins.
And that's absolutely correct.
So the parallel happened. You
Well,
wanted to be an attorney, and then you end up playing one.
Well, I was an attorney. There's a backstory to that. I was supposed to be Pookie. You weren't going to know that Pookie was a girl until she fell off the bike. Because I was working with George Jackson and Doug McHenry and the writer, Mr. Cooper, developing, helping them. So we were all excited that here I was going to be finally, people were going to know my other side. As fate would have it, like I said, no agent, no manager. I was doing my own negotiations.
Dealings and everything.
Largely. And how I got the role of Ms. Hawkins was someone told me, I lived in Harlem, and someone said, oh, they're shooting a film over 140-something Street. I said, well, film in Harlem without me. Harlem that's my territory. What you mean? So my brother, Eric, my younger brother, one of my younger brothers, I have a brother, Timothy, as well, who's in the industry. We walked around, got, a few of my little crew, and we walked around to the set. Like, what's up? Like, yeah, what's up? And when I saw who it was, that this was New Jack City that y'all been talking to me about in LA all that time, I went up to Preston Holmes, who I love. He's a producer, one of the first black men to be on the Oscar nominating committee. However, at that time, he was one of the producers. I walked up, I was like, yo, how y'all shooting this film and I'm not in it? I said, so what role am I? He said, go to 2. Doug George, go to 2. Phyllis Yvonne Stickney's on the set. Go to 2. So you know what that means. That means go to channel 2 because we got to talk and we don't want everybody in our conversation.
Okay.
So that's how I became Miss Hawkins. They were like, yo, she here. And I was like, yeah, well, I'm supposed to be Pookie. Chris, okay, I know that was lovely, but that's how.
Wait,
so
so
like
the
I said, the
Pookie-
backstory, that was Chris Rock.
So I'm saying, did they tell you were going to be Hawkins, or did they tell you you was going to be Pookie?
No. I was supposed to be Pookie, and they were shooting it, and I didn't know.
Oh.
So I happened upon them when someone said they're shooting a film, and I went to the set because that was my town. I mean, that was my Harlem. That was me. Before Bill Clinton and everybody came. Right. That was me. Harlem was me.
Mm-hmm.
So when I walked on the set and saw who it was and what it was, I knew that this is the same movie y'all been talking to me about all this time, and
Wow.
I'm not in it. So that's why he said, hurry up and go to 2. We need to talk, because she here. She's on set. Yeah, she's on set. So I said, so who am I?
Wow.
Because
What was the politics, you think? Why didn't you get an update?
I still didn't have the agent or manager to speak. And comedy has never been a girl's, venue. I wasn't going to sleep with everybody. Mm-hmm. Let's keep it 1,000, y'all already still know. That's why I didn't survive all of y'all. All of it. So I wasn't that girl. If I'm coming up there and they want to tell me, I would do, like I said, the clubs. I'd go to the clubs, and some of the bookers or promoters would come in. Oh, yo, you go to the bar and get your drink. I said, no, I'm good. Because when you pay me, I can get my own drink. Well, I said, no, you're going to pay me now before I hit the stage, because I can't take my performance back. That's who I was. That's how I had to roll, because I was dolo. I didn't have a boyfriend, didn't have a man, didn't have a manager, didn't have a momager. It was me, for real. And I knew the business. I wrote my own contracts. I was smart. And they didn't like that I was smart, articulate, and wasn't going to give them no poo nothing. Wasn't going to happen. Not for no job. Wasn't going down like that. They wasn't going to get up in the goods. They wasn't going to do it. No, wasn't happening.
Well, I'm sure, to be forward, I'm sure there has been opportunities or advancements.
There have been opportunities for advancement. The casting couch advancements. I just, at least that word got out. If no other word got out, that word got out. She ain't gonna get none. She ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it, y'all. You might like her all day long, but she's not gonna give you none of that too. It's not gonna happen. Now, she might like you, and then, we'd had that conversation, but that's private. Wasn't on the contract.
Right.
Yeah, I couldn't do that because once you do that, that's what you will end up doing. I don't care what somebody tells you. I was fortunate to have a godmother, Roberta Flack, took me under her wing when she came to see me at it was then Small's Paradise. Now it's an IHOP in Harlem. But it was one of the premier jazz spots, Small's Paradise. And I became the thing to come and see, the artist, the talent, the comedian to come and see on Monday nights.
Okay.
So, yeah, I never really succumbed to the casting couch. I knew that I had talent. And I would ask them when they would say, well, I would say, what you want? That's what you want? I can get it for you now. What you want? Redhead, blonde, brunette, you want a tall, slim, what you need? Because I can get it on the phone for you. I can get it. You want to deliver what you want, but this ain't part of the negotiation.
Package. Now, as far as a few years after that, after we do New Jack City,
Yes.
and how did you feel about the subject matter of New Jack City? Did you feel like it was authentic? Was there a message that you wanted people to get from that?
Film is a editor's medium. It's not the actor's medium. You don't know what they're going to choose to put on the film. You don't know what cut. You don't know what take. You don't know. So you just got to do your best performance. So for me, my memories are having a standing ovation after I did a summation speech that never made the film, but everybody, including the crew, gave me kudos, gave me much love. That's what I took home. You know what I mean? I can only give you the best. When they say action, I'm trying to put my best in the can. I'm not trying to save it for take two. Every time they say an action, I'm trying to give my best and most authentic performance.
Yeah.
So for me, New Jack City, I have dubious feelings about it because it changed the way films were made. Before, films were made or produced or greenlit based on talent and script. After that movie, it became soundtrack based because Hollywood didn't believe, quote unquote, in the writing and what black film could do. And so George Jackson, God rest his soul, and Doug McHenry got that film financed and greenlit because of the soundtrack. That's why we had Keith Sweat. That's why we had Christopher Williams. That's why the Levert and other vocal artists were in the film. Some of them had cameos, but the soundtrack was how. So for me, it was like, now music is going to sell film. So now we have rappers and singers that are now taking jobs for that actors normally would get because they're just really, they don't care about the difference between. They lump us all together and say, well, you can do this. And we're not interchangeable pieces.
Right. Kind of closing out of New Jack City, were you surprised that Chris Rock got slapped?
Yeah, I was surprised that he got slapped. But at the same time, where we are, the time in which we're living, anything can happen. I just didn't think that he slapped. It was like if you black and you know that look that she gave him, that's why Will slapped him.